Hi there, I'm Matt, he's Bruce. We're talking Cochise County football. Big games coming up Friday, probably none bigger than in Sierra Vista, where the unbeaten Buena Colts host longtime rival Tucson High. Badgers come in with a mark of 2-1 after beating Cienega last week in what might have been a surprise to some. Buena comes in 3-0 after routing Catalina Foothills 49-7 last week. Should be an interesting matchup this week, Bruce. I was at the game last year in Tucson, these two. It was one of these games. I think Buena won 20-13. A really ugly
21-13.
21-13. It was really plagued by penalties and just really sloppy play. It was one of those games that kind of the middle of last season, Buena was winning these ugly games. It was one of those, and so it'll be interesting to see, especially Tucson High coming off a win of Cienega, what they bring.
Joe Thomas, Buena's coach, described last year's game as a boring game, and I agree with him. But the last 2 years these teams have played, they've been 8-point games. So, I mean, they're relatively close. They're relatively even in battles, but Buena has the quadruplets this year in Moore, Scrappy, Lujan, and then Jaden Thomas, the receiver. And I like what I'm seeing from Buena. Joe has this team rolling. The fact is they're coming to Buena, Loveless Field. I see Buena getting them. I see Buena going 5-0.
I agree. Yeah, like I said, 8-point games the last couple of years, but I think Buena, it is a pretty safe at a 12-point spread. I would put him at. I think this is a game they did a really good job last week with Lujan going over 200 yards rushing to really establish that. But I think this is a game where they go back to Nash Moore and those receivers and really utilize every aspect of the offense. I think it's going to be a lot for Tucson to deal with.
Well, I'm just excited to see because this again, after this game, we're almost halfway through the season. There's only 10 games. And
first region game, though.
Yeah, it's the first region game. And so I'm anxious to see how the Colts will fare. But on the road, I'd be concerned. But at Loveless Field, I don't think Buena's going to have a problem.
I mean, again, the one concern is that Buena, a lot of the problems they had last year was an inability to play 4 good quarters. And they've actually had that problem this year, too. Obviously, they almost gave away the 27-point halftime lead to Ironwood Ridge in the third quarter. And even in Catalina Foothills, they came out, Falcons score on the first drive. They're actually behind 7-0. So they still haven't put 4 excellent quarters together. So we'll see if they can do that this week.
Well, the coach assures me they're working on their conditioning each and every day now to get ready for 5 quarters.
Yeah.
Because you need that overtime just in case.
Yeah, they seem pretty well conditioned, and I'd feel pretty comfortable with Buena being able to cover 12.
I got confidence in Joe to have this team ready.
Okay, sounds good. Well, if you got nowhere else to be Friday night, the place to be in Sierra Vista, Arizona is Loveless Stadium on the campus of Buena High School. Tucson High Badgers 2-1, visiting the 3-0 Buena Colts. I'm Matt, he's Bruce. See you later.